Verse 25, but they shall be gathered again, but they shall remain until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And in that day shall be heard of wars and rumors of wars, and the whole earth shall be in commotion, and men's hearts shall fail them, and they shall say that Christ delayeth his coming until the end of the earth, and the love of men shall wax cold, and iniquity shall abound. Brothers and sisters, you're seeing an interesting phenomenon in our world. You're seeing that all of these prophecies in Joseph Smith Matthew, in Matthew 24, and here in Doctrine and Covenants 45, he's telling you about wars and rumors of wars and the love of men waxing cold and the iniquity abounding. It's the best example I could give, I think, is Jesus's parable of the wheat and the tares, where you get these two plants that look very similar, and they're growing in the latter days, and they grow side by side together. He had planted the wheat with his servants in Matthew 13. And at night, the devil and his servants came and sowed tares. They threw out weed seed. And now it's all intermixed in the field or the earth, growing side by side. And some of Jesus's apostles or disciples said, should we go and pull out all of the tares? And Jesus said, no, let them grow together until the harvest, because then it will be very clear. As you watch all of these prophecies be fulfilled over and over and over again, don't be shocked that the longer you give plants to grow in the field, the more they look like what they were meant to grow up to become. The tares are going to look more and more and more like tares, and the wheat is going to look more and more like wheat the longer it has. So as we live in the dispensation of the fullness of times, it doesn't apply just to righteousness. It also applies to wickedness. There was never, and I think this is very safe to say, there was never a better time across the entire world for a daughter or a son of God to be good than right now. We've never had so many temples. We've never had so many stakes and wards and saints across the world. We've never had a better infrastructure of the church, technology-wise, scripture-wise, broadcast-wise, publication-wise, than we have right now. And with a click of a mouse, you can access untold volumes of incredibly uplifting and powerful and inspiring words to help you and resources to guide you on the covenant path. Never a better time to be alive than right now. But much like Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities, the way he opens it, these were the best of times, and these were the worst of times. I think the same could be said of evil. If you want to be bad, if you want to follow the devil, I don't think there was ever an easier time to do that than there is right now. In the olden days, you had to go kind of searching for bad things to do. Today, they come right to you. They knock on your door. They show up in your inbox. They flash up on your screen. These things to pull you off of the covenant path, they are all around you. The wheat and the tares literally are growing side by side. So, why is that important to understand? Because as you see tare-like things increasing in the world, just know that God isn't playing catch up. He's not playing keep up. In fact, one of the first things we get of a dialogue between the Lord and the devil in the Garden of Eden is when the Lord tells Satan, "Dust thou shalt eat all the days of thy life," from the book of Moses. Brothers and sisters, I don't know exactly what God meant when he told Lucifer that, but in my own simplistic way, I can picture him saying, you're always going to be behind. It's a from my perspective, a simple way of saying, eat my dust. You're always going to be behind. You're always going to be nipping at the heels. We don't need to fear these things that are described here. We don't need to be afraid of Satan and his power and his kingdoms and the upheavals in the world today. We just need to have faith in God. We need to trust Christ. We need to follow him.